Hi there, this is Kim McDarison for Fort Atkinson Online and WhitewaterWise. And today we're on location at the Whitewater Arts Alliance. And we're here with the Alliance's brand new director, and her name is Kim Adams. Kim, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So we would like to start with learning some more about Kim. We have understood that the position is now a director, which sounds different from the previous managers. And so tell us something about what brings you to this work and what does a director do?
Well, what brings me to this work is I'm very passionate about artwork. I worked on the UW-Whitewater campus for 32 years in the University Center, and I was very fortunate to be a part of managing the Roberta's Art Gallery as part of my role as an assistant director. I have always been passionate about art since I was a very young child. My dad was an artist and an architect, and I remember sitting at a table right next to his drafting table, working with scraps of cardboard and pens and pencils and creating art pieces right along with him as he was doing his work. When I learned that this position was open, I was extremely excited, and so I applied for it very quickly and was fortunate to be brought in for an interview and was offered the job rather quickly and accepted that job and started just 6 weeks ago tomorrow. So I've just been on the job for 6 weeks.
So when we arrived, we noticed quite a few changes to the gallery.
Yes.
And so, of course, we're wondering what a director does, but also maybe we can talk about what the changes have been and why you've instituted them.
Absolutely. So when I talked with the board for the Arts Alliance, I suggested the title of director because I really wanted to be a part of setting vision and a little bit more strategic planning for the organization and really trying to figure out how to become more immersive in the community and talking through partnerships and creating more fundraising opportunities, as well as just looking at those overall plans for additional outreach within this region. One of the first things that I looked at was the space, and I saw some opportunity to increase the footprint of this area that we're sitting in fact. So we removed the stage in what I'm calling the South Gallery. We're sitting in front of a beautiful fireplace that was dedicated in 1903 as part of the Mary White Library. And really we opened up 3 gallery spaces. So we have the South Gallery space, the main gallery space, and the North space. And this exhibit is utilizing the full space of what we have to offer.
So we'll talk about the exhibit too, but before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the Whitewater Arts Alliance. I understand you're membership driven, volunteers. Are you looking for members? Would you like more volunteers?
Absolutely, yes and yes. We just sent out emails to the past members, and there's opportunities to go online and fill out an electronic membership application. We have hard copy applications, and we are always looking for more members, certainly more volunteers. We need even more members who would maybe want to step forward and be a part of our board of directors. So we're a little slim even in that area, and trying to help make decisions and direct the activities and programs that we're hoping to carry out this next year.
So let's talk about this particular exhibit. Is this the first exhibit since you've been the director?
It absolutely is our first exhibition that we are opening for the 2024 season. We actually started off the programmatic season of 2024 with the Fact Readers troupe in here on January 19th. They used this area as their stage and they performed to a small audience, but they put on just some entertaining 3 one-act plays a few weeks ago.
So tell me about this exhibit. How many pieces does Amy have in the exhibit?
That has changed a little bit. So I believe it's 60 plus. And she has a number of pieces for sale and ones that can leave the day of the reception, which is Saturday, and just brought a few more today. So I need to look at that inventory for sure, but it's 60 plus, and they're just absolutely beautiful.
They all look to be mosaic pieces. I think that's sort of her
That is her
forte.
style, yes.
Yep. And so do we know anything about what inspires her? Has she given us information that we can find online perhaps? That is an artist statement. How do we learn more about this artist?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. You can go online to see that information and to learn more about her story. This is a passion of hers. She also has a full-time job. We do have an artist statement around the corner, so we could take a look at that and get some highlights from that. But she gave me a little virtual tour of her studio at home, and she just does absolutely amazing work with paper and found objects. And she will be leading a workshop, in fact, in a couple of weeks for folks that want to learn more about her process.
So if people would like to come to see this exhibit, I know you mentioned the reception, that's a closing reception.
It's an opening reception.
Opening reception.
Yep.
So hours, I imagine all that stuff is on your website, but do you want to rattle that off? Do you want to tell us?
Sure, yes. The hours for our gallery are Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, noon until 4. So those are really easy hours to remember. And then the reception, which is an opening reception, is this Saturday, February 3rd, from 1 until 3 p.m. We will have some light refreshments. There will be an artist talk from 2 until 2:30 approximately, and we're expecting a big crowd, and so we invite anybody else who's interested to come in and see this amazing, beautiful, colorful work of Amy's, to come and join us and to be able to interact with the artists on Saturday.
So we're almost out of time, but I do want to touch just briefly before we are completely out of time about your ambitions for the future, Kim. You've put your thumbprint on the building and you're bringing ideas. If you were to look out to a year from now, what are your goals? What do you hope will be different or the same? What do you see happening?
Sure. Yeah, when I came in for my interview, I told the board that I really want to make sure I'm doing a lot of listening to folks and what they see as being important for an Arts Alliance to be an important part of the community. But certainly I want to make sure that we are seen as a vital part of the Whitewater community and really within the region. And there's all sorts of ways of doing that. And I've had tons of people just reaching out to me and saying, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. And I'm setting up all these meetings to listen to people and talk about, being a destination place for folks in the area, and making sure that we're reaching out to a diverse audience and really displaying diverse mediums and themes and things like that, both in our exhibitions, but also trying to pick up a little bit more in providing workshops, and then certainly some of our live entertainment, especially through Savory Sounds, but even looking at what else we can do as far as maybe some slam poetry or spoken word or other types of things and programs like that as well.
So a regional, not if you're interested at all in the Whitewater Arts Alliance, it's not just for Whitewater. The organization would love to have members and volunteers from as broad an area as you wish to come from. So Kim, thank you for spending some time with us. We really enjoyed seeing the gallery and the work. It's very beautiful. To the rest of our viewers this afternoon, this is Kim McDarison for Fort Atkinson Online and WhitewaterWise, and we want to thank you for coming with us on location.